Hi everyone, thanks for watching. I'm Lauren. So this reading is going to be for water signs. And this means if you're a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer, this reading is for you. Right now, it is March 12th. So our globe and our country is currently in some level of turmoil and anxiety and fear and all kinds of stress over this coronavirus. So I thought this would be a good time to do a video that would really focus on how can you serve, okay? And I'm doing this based on elemental signs because each group of us, okay, according to what element our sun sign is in, and you can do this for your moon sign and your ascendant as well. You can watch both videos or all three videos, depending on what you are. But definitely watch whatever you're heaviest in on your chart. But each elemental sign brings its own energies into this life, right? So we bring our own unique skills, talents, gifts, and we show up in the world a certain way. So I thought it would be cool to do these readings based on the element because each one is unique and each one is going to be delivering something special with their presence. And these qualities show up in you. So I feel like, you know, this is going to give us a framework. Each one of us that view this will give us a framework of how to go through these days, whether if it's this crisis or you watch this 6 months from now, it doesn't even matter. But whenever you watch this is really going to be about what energies should you be employing right now to overcome challenges and to deal with anything that's in your path. How are you assisting? How are you serving? And just how are you shining your light? So we're going to get started. I'm going to pull from, actually, hold on. All right. I was just looking because I thought I put my favorite tarot, but it was on the table still. Okay, so I pull from the Tarot Grand Lux. I do Rider-Waite too, but I just really love the artwork in these. It's like my favorite tarot deck. All right, so we're going to pull and we're going to see what comes up. All right, cards are flying everywhere. Okay, so we have two that flew out. We've got the 9 of Coins and the Hermit, also the 9. 2 9s just came out, water signs. Okay, so we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so I'll show you what we got. So we started out with the 9 of Coins. All right, so here we have this card that's representing working and creating, manifesting, and having what we need. Okay, this is this independent energy. The 9 of Coins is definitely one of really just being productive and successful. It's also, you know, it's definitely an abundance card of having everything that we need. Following that came up the Hermit, okay? So here we have this message of going within. So here we are, starting off possibly from a good perspective in terms of feeling confident, feeling like we are making a difference, feeling like our efforts, we're being rewarded for our efforts, but we're getting this message from Spirit to go within. We have coming up next the reversed Judgment. All right, so an ending that's not quite here yet, followed by the number 7, the Chariot. Okay, so I'm getting a vibe here, water signs, that in terms of serving and in terms of showing up in the world, one, we're doing it from a place of confidence. We're doing it from a sense of knowing who we are, knowing what we're capable of. You know, the 9 of Coins to me is a card that could be interpreted in leadership because she's been on the journey, right? The 9, she's almost at the end of a chapter. She's learned lessons. That 9 is indicating that there's been, you know, this history behind her working towards something, working towards goals, really getting clear on what's important, really getting clear on what she wants. So this is really showing that we as water signs right now definitely have discernment in place. We definitely have focus. We definitely are really truly in touch with what matters to us, what we really want. Now, the Hermit is coming up to go within, to separate a little bit. So this is that deep reflection. You know, the Hermit, this card is at night, right? He's got the lantern in the darkness. This is definitely about finding our way through the dark. So right now we're going to think to ourselves that we need to be confident and know that we're absolutely capable of finding our way, but we really need to get in touch with that inner wisdom. And that is really what we do, right? Because as water signs, we really are deeply intuitive. We're deeply in touch with our emotions. It is how we navigate life. We do navigate life from an emotional standpoint. We make our decisions based on how we feel, the vibe that we get. We choose our friends that way. We choose the people in our life from that perspective. So we really do need to be trusting ourselves right now. This is not a time to deal with any level of self-doubt. This is a moment in our life. And again, no matter when you watch this, you're meant to hear it. So this is a moment in your life where you have to trust yourself and that you have all the resources that you need. Spirit will give you anything that you don't have that you're going to need. And you need to be looking for signs. You need to be really going within and doing some deep reflection, right? What is inside you that needs to come out? Now we're getting the reverse judgment, right? So we have this like ending, this reward coming, but it's not quite here yet. Something is holding it up. We are in a moment where this needs to be figured out, right? Because we have something to contribute. There's something going on that we are going to need to be establishing a leadership role, I think. Because after that, we have the Chariot. We have that forward movement. We have that balance of energies right there with the yin and the yang and the dark, you know, the light and the dark horses. This is really being fully in touch with who we are on the inside, right? Because if you even think about this, you know, here he is, this, you know, the guy on the Chariot in this deck, he's all golden, right? And he's got the reins in red, like that root chakra stability and that balance of the dark and the light, the shadow and the light, that true understanding that we are whole beings as we are, and that movement forward from a very whole standpoint, a very balanced energetic field. It's confident, it's sure, it is clear on the direction. So right now we're not there yet, right? Like we're not moving forward yet because we're all being held inside a moment. And like I said, today, this is when I'm recording this, we are being held inside a moment. And we're not really sure when that moment's going to end, okay? So like I said, it's March 12th. We don't know what's coming up ahead. We don't know how long this virus is going to be a problem. We don't know how long things are going to be shut down. Today was the day and last night when the NBA and all the sports are shutting down and public gatherings and, you know, crowded places. So we are being held inside a moment, and we're definitely being told that we need to reach within and trust ourselves. So that means we're going to trust what we feel in terms of the next right thing that we do, the next right action. We're going to trust that we might need to say something when we feel like we need to say it. We may be very well leading the light, shining the light for others, okay? We might be shining the light on emotional stability. We might be setting an example for other people in terms of how we handle ourselves, and the wisdom that we're accessing, right? Because, you know, the Hermit is really about being in touch with that deep, deep truth that is not out in the world. Okay. The Hermit is, you know, all the answers are lying within us. So when we're looking into the world and we're looking like, again, in this moment, doctors, scientists, government officials to like solve the problem, find the cure, do the right thing, figure this out, make it go away. Okay. Right. We're looking to the world for that, but we know better. Right. So when we're on your, you know, on your spiritual journey, you understand that solutions aren't showing up outside of us. Solutions 100% of the time are coming from within us. And those are the perfect solutions. So I think we're being told that we really need to get down deep right now, and understand that the role that we're playing is the wisdom that we need to be bringing forth. I'm now pulling from the Star Seed Oracle, Rebecca Campbell. Okay. All right. So, wow, so cool. What do you see this? All right. So with this 9 of coins, like I said, representing right now, there's just a sense of confidence. We're getting, you got the love. Hadarian energy, codependency, boundaries. Okay. I definitely feel like because we are this confident, really just assured sign that people recognize. We have a stable energy about us. We have a nurturing energy. We have a compassionate energy typically. As water signs, we're just in touch with those emotions. We understand how other people feel. The thing that comes up with that is people then look to us, right? People are looking and, really just kind of relying on our energy to help them deal and cope. We've got the love, we've got the vibe that people need. We have the support from higher beings. We have the higher wisdom coming in, but we also want to be a little bit careful because we need to make sure that we are not draining our energy out to so many people, right? We need to refill. So that's something that's like a warning coming up of like, just be aware that while we're shining our light and we're really representing, that sense of stability, that sense of peace and calm, that sense of understanding that people might be craving right now. Maybe in your family, you are the rock, right? Like it's your mindset, it's your behavior and your actions and your words that are keeping everybody, strong and, keeping that endurance up and that perseverance. But you also need to watch that you don't get drained in that role. So definitely be doing the self-care, like meditating and journaling, doing whatever it is, your rituals, your prayers that you need to do, because with this comes responsibility, right? So we need to be responsible to ourselves. We need to trust that this is a temporary moment and assure everyone of that, right? But at the same time, fill ourselves back up, because that can drain our energy when people are looking to us. Now, with our Hermit card coming up, that really going it within and tapping within. And again, when we're talking about meditation and grounding, like we want to be spending every day, time each day doing this, because this is how we refuel. We're getting the void. Stop. Embrace winter. Great cosmic womb. Well, isn't that the truth, right? We are in a season that is absolutely, we're deep into the unknown. We can't picture what's coming up ahead. We can't picture how this is all going to pan out. We don't know what the after is going to look like in this moment. We are absolutely in a moment that we need to be content to be in. And that is going to we're setting that example, this example of, okay, maybe this is an uncomfortable moment. This is a scary moment. There's fear, there's anxiety, but instead we're going to breathe into it and we're going to accept it for what it is. And we're going to exhale it out, and we're going to trust that always Spirit has a divinely aligned plan, and it is what it is, okay? It is not in our control. So when we're going into that hermit mode, we're really tapping in, we're meditating, we're praying, we're connecting with our guides, we're allowing the wisdom to come through, because that's what's going to refuel us for the love that we are shining and giving to other people who really need it, okay? So we're really tapping deep inside, and we are absolutely just living in a state of surrender and encouraging others to do the same, okay? Because it's just going to be that way for a little bit. Now, with the reverse judgment, we're getting Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. We're being watched over, okay? We're being guided. We are absolutely getting the guidance that we need through this moment, because it's just going to be here for a little bit, okay? The end of this ordeal isn't quite here yet, so it is what it is, right? So while we're here, we are getting the wisdom that we need. We are getting the signs, we're getting the messages. We need to be in meditation. We need to connect with our guides, because here they are, right? So we're going to be sitting in the void in a state of peace and a state of contemplation and open receptivity to the messages that want to come through, the divinely guided actions. Now, once we get that Chariot, once we start that forward movement, understand this moment isn't just a waiting game. This is a moment of growth. I feel like, how could I miss this, right? This is a moment of growth. This is a moment of, we're going to sit here, and while we're sitting here, we're going to get schooled. We're going to get upgraded. We're going to get the energy that we need. We're going to get the lessons that we need. We're going to come out of this a much more assured version of ourselves. We're going to come out of this a more connected and aligned version of ourselves, right? With that Chariot, we're going to bust through this on the other side, upgraded. Now we're getting water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness and rest, okay? So we're doing that self-love. We're really truly going to understand that when the forward movement is happening and when we finally break free of this current energy pattern, we are going to need to take care of ourselves because we're going to have worked through it, right? We're going to have been on call. Like, we're on duty right now for the emotional support and for the the emotional support, right? Like, we're on duty. We're getting the messages. We're giving the love. We're getting the messages. We're giving the love. So we are really just in this moment where this might seem like a void and the hermit might appear to be a super isolated and quiet moment to be in. But the truth is, we're working our soul butts off. I don't know. Can you even say that? So really, profound message coming through here. Okay, I'm going to pull now from the Divine Animal Oracle. And we'll see what type of animal wisdom comes in for us. All right. So water signs, we got our work cut out for us. And the cool thing is that, we don't shy away from hard work, right? Our signs, we are willing to get connected, be vulnerable, really just put ourselves out there and grow. We're not afraid of, I think we're brave, right? I mean, everybody's brave in different ways. And I think we are emotionally brave. That's part of the gifts that we were given with our charts. That's just how it is. And so we do have to set that example because not everybody is. Not everybody is able to talk about the feelings and to touch into, really connect with spirit. Like, we need to make this okay, right? We need to make this the acceptable thing. We need to teach others how to get through this type of a moment. So we're learning as we go and we're being guided and we are setting that example. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So we're getting ancestors, polar bear, right? This message of guidance is coming through so much. So we've got the Hadarian energy, we've got the Horus energy, and now we're getting ancestors. And in the winter, mind you, okay, we really truly are. Spirit is saying, yes, Earth, you are in a winter on an energetic level. Things are not easy for you right now. You're getting put through the storm, but we've got you. This has to happen. This is meant to happen for a reason. There's something on the other side of this that is going to be beneficial for everyone's highest good. Each one of us are experiencing it and growing in our own way. We are being guided, right? And we have to tap in to that history, right? We've got to tap into the DNA. We've got to tap into our soul genius. Who are we? What do we have in us that we need to be giving out right now? So each one of us on an individual level, we're going to be getting downloads of really important information and we've got to be receptive to it, okay? Because it needs to be given out into the world. Now, with that, void and the hermit card coming up, we're getting groundedness, okay? And again, a lot of Egyptian support here coming through. We're getting a lot of ancient Egypt energy, which totally resonates with me because the goddess Isis is just one of my guides personally. So this ancient Egyptian knowledge, this wisdom that is so powerful is coming through, right? So we are being definitely upgraded. We need to be grounded. We need to be in meditation. We have got to be connected with spirit. It's coming through loud and clear. Now, with that Star Brothers Horus energy protection, right? We're getting all of this knowledge downloaded. We're growing because we're heading towards freedom, right? We're getting the horse. We are heading towards the end. We are definitely going to experience the freedom that comes from this growth. Like, what's going to be unleashed in us during this period? I don't know. I think for each one of us, it's going to be a little bit different, but we're going to be more intuitive. Maybe you're going to be able to communicate with spirit easier and better. Maybe your psychic powers are going to be kicking in. Maybe you're really going to be able to, your healing abilities are going to upgrade. There's going to be something on the other side of this that will be a release. The energy is going to lift. It's going to feel like freedom. We're going to experience the joy of that, of coming through the storm. And then we're ending up with that Chariot bringing us to peace. And then that's where we're getting this water your garden. Now, I'm going to just say something. This Peace came out reversed. And I don't actually read this deck with reversals, but this one just kind of stuck out to me a little bit because I just kind of felt like if for some reason as we move forward from this, there's not total peace. Okay, so while we might be moving forward and we'll have grown and we'll be even more confident versions of ourselves, there might not be the peace 100% that we're looking for. There might still be some challenges, and we're getting the water our gardens. Okay, so we're getting that idea of we need to practice self-care. We need to be taking care of ourselves, because although we're moving forward and we might be past this chapter, this moment, I'm thinking that it won't be necessarily 100% relief of challenge immediately, okay? But we also want to keep in mind the perspective. What I always love about this Gorilla Peace card is that first of all, he has all of his tribal stuff next to him, and he is off the planet. He is looking at the earth from the distance, and that is really about breaking away from the tribe. Okay, so we're born into that tribal mentality. We're raised to be a part of the group. We're born into whatever the family is, the religion, etc. And then we reach that point as we grow where we actually start to decide, is this my tribe? Like, does this fit me? Am I in alignment with all of the tribe's values? Is this allowing me to grow, right? Is it allowing me to be joyful and happy? And that's when we potentially break away from the tribe. This is about breaking away from the tribe. This is about taking a step back and self-reflecting in who are we, and how does the tribe, how does this globe, how do all of these beliefs, all of these paradigms that we were born into, how does that resonate with me? How does that fit? What no longer fits? Let me take a step back and decide, what am I going to plug into from this point on? What am I going to be in belief of? What am I going to be in alignment with? What am I going to join in with and spew out of my mouth and buy into? I'm going to take my tribal stuff here. I'm going to take my spear, and I'm going to take my mask, and I'm just going to sit and be the real me, and I'm going to really think what is in alignment with me. So we're going to end this on the other side with a lot of self-reflection, self-care, and maybe some new decisions that need to be made in terms of moving forward, okay? Because this is about taking care of ourselves, taking a step back after the service that we've just done, and really, truly refueling and deciding, where are we going from here? What have we just unleashed in ourselves? What type of new abilities, new perceptions have emerged? What are the new thoughts that we have? Maybe we have some new dreams when this is over, where we have visions of what we want to do. Maybe this moment grows abilities in us that we never knew we had, that now we're like, okay, I'm heading in this direction now. I want to take this and I want to use it to help people. I really loved speaking. I'm going to continue speaking. I really loved, my healing abilities have increased. I'm going to continue to learn something new. I'm going to maybe change careers. I'm going to break away from something that it no longer feels right. Okay. That's happening. We're growing, because remember, the entire point of this is growth. This isn't all for nothing. This isn't just to make us sit in an uncomfortable moment for no reason. There's never, a waste of anything, even if we can't understand it, even if we have no human logic that we can apply to it and it seems super unfair and overwhelming. Yeah, it might be, but it's serving a purpose, and we've got to trust that, okay? So we're going to sit in this, and we're going to trust that we are growing, we are learning, we are being divinely guided. We have all of our guides coming through, okay? And we got the ancestors coming through, so we're not going through any of this alone. This is not for nothing. And just as another side note, that Chariot, that end result, notice that piece is starting with the number 1. Things are going to be restructured. Things are totally going to, I think, really just be different when this is over. I think there's just going to be a change that everybody feels. And we're going to really be taking that in and deciding, what does it mean for us? We're going to be really making some new decisions as we move forward. Okay, so I'm going to pull one more card. This is from the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. And we're going to see what comes up. As our final card for this reading. So I think the message is clear, water signs. We have some work to do. We got to be connected. We've got to make it a point and to intentionally connect during this time. And we need to be open to receiving the guidance, the wisdom, and the knowledge, and the energetic upgrade that really is truly happening for us. And just be open, have confidence, have faith. This is not all permanent, which we know nothing is permanent, but really trust that when this is over, if you do feel a desire to make changes, when this current challenge is subsided, all that glitters and this one flips, so we'll take it, blessed. Okay, so we're getting 2 cards, all that glitters and blessed. So we're really getting some positive energy here in terms of the amount of blessing that we are getting. We are getting help from spirit. We are definitely growing. We are being guided. There is nothing that is, to fear. Okay, there is no fear. So we want to definitely spread that message. I'm just looking at our numbers. We have 26, 7, 24. The number 1 over here, we have 16 and 22. All right, so that master number 22, blessed. Definitely getting all that we need from above, okay? Don't be distracted by, all that glitters, like those masks. Like, don't think that everybody is... has their act together if they're putting on a front, okay? We see past the masks, right? We know the realness behind people. We know where their emotions are coming from. We pick up on that. We know when somebody is being, like putting on that front. So we're seeing past that. We're getting to the root of what really matters. We're really connecting with people in a more authentic way. We're not being distracted by the acts. We're not being distracted by anybody else's show. We're not going to be psyched out by it. And we're going to, we're just going to practice love and forgiveness. Okay. Notice that angel in the background with all that light. Like, we're just going to be shining light on all the people who aren't, in the same place we are in terms of evolution and understanding and being connected to spirit. We're just going to be shining light and shining love and helping people take off their masks and getting connected and really truly like bringing the authenticity into the world that is needed at this time. All right. And we are definitely divinely guided. So thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best. And if you like this, and if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. And I love getting comments below. So feel free to give me feedback or share your thoughts with me. Take care, guys.